Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, but there is no content right now. I'll have a brief announcement about that after this that I have to state right now. If you don't want to see this, I'll remember to leave an amount of time of how long this takes, and then you could skip to the end, and I'll have some announcements about the channel and what's going to be happening. But how can I explain this to you guys? If anybody's been watching for more than a year on my channel, they know the reason why I started it. I started it because I was badly depressed due to my injury, and I needed some type of outlet. Something to give me some, well, like something to do, but to really better myself. And I love wrestling. So that's the reason why I started it. And I work very hard on this channel. I'm not perfect at it. I don't always get everything right. I botch my words a lot when I get frustrated. But I was very proud of this. And the person also who was proud of this was my Aunt Vicky. I grew up with her as my aunt, and she was by marriage my aunt, not by blood. But I can say this, that my mother, who had a legitimate sister, felt that my Aunt Vicky was her sister. And I know to a point she loved her real sister, and her name was Gloria, and my mother's name was Elaine. I know to a point she loved her, but she felt that my Aunt Vicky was way more of a sister than my Aunt Gloria was. And last month, I don't know exactly when, maybe between the 28th to the 31st, I haven't really asked my cousin Mia, my Aunt Vicky's daughter. But she collapsed and had to be taken to the hospital and was on a respirator. I wasn't told until I think the 7th of February. I really was shocked because I think I called my aunt maybe 3 weeks ago. As you know, I've been going through a lot of things right now. I've been working on trying to get my disability. I've been very frustrated, and it's hard to talk to people. But I always made sure I told my aunt I loved her to death. She meant the world to me, and she knew it. But my cousin Mia told me that she was on a respirator and she had oxygen deprivation, which looks like at the time she wasn't brain dead, but she was not responsive. And my cousin would know. She is a registered nurse. I'm not going to say where. That's not business I can really announce, but my cousin will know and understand the situation very well. Well, on the 11th, almost several days later, she told me that she took her off. The family had decided, her other sisters, to take my Aunt Vicky off of life support, and she passed away. And that the wake was going to be on a Thursday and the funeral was going to be on a Friday. Now, as you know, if you haven't heard the radio about how New York is, New York has been swamped with huge amounts of snow and rain and ice. And with my injury this way, it is very dangerous for me to actually going out in this type of weather and walking through puddles that are literally a foot deep. But I did that on Thursday to say goodbye to my aunt. I didn't go to the funeral. I couldn't. Physically, I could not keep traveling the way I was in the weather that this is. And mentally, it was more than I could take. And they understood it. My cousins knew. And my aunt had 3 daughters. Mia, Laura, and Anita. These women are my sisters. I mean, when I was young, I never considered them that, but they always felt like it. But as I got older and I saw how most of my family really treated me, and I know there are members of my family on my mother's side that are not 100% bad people. They're not, but they are my sisters. And even my actual half-sisters from my mother's side of my father's side of the family, and my half brothers on my mother's side of the family. I don't hate them, but my cousins, Mia, Lauren, and Nita, were my sisters. I grew up with them. I'm only a few years younger than any of them. I'm the youngest out of all four of us. And I remember running around behind them, and I loved them. I literally loved my cousins. And I've told them I love them like sisters. I really mean it. And I couldn't just not be at the private viewing, the wake. I had to be there to say goodbye to my aunt. And as some people would know, I'm not Christian. I follow Native American belief. And I said goodbye in the best way I can. The way that some people might do it. And I'm not going to say I didn't cry my eyes out. I did. And they knew I loved her. And as I said, I couldn't do the funeral. It was just a little too much for me. Physically and mentally, it was just too much. And if my cousins see this, if any of you see this, I just love you guys. And I miss Aunt Vicky. And I'm sorry. I don't know else how to say how much I miss her. And if it was possible to switch places, I would. I know it sounds like, don't say that, but I love my aunt. Didn't want her to see her go. It's how much I loved her, you know? I'd do anything to bring her back. And they know I would. So, that's the reason why the content has not been there. Okay? I'm very sorry. So, I am now switching from what I wanted to say to what's going on with this channel. The channel's still going to go on. I'm still going to be doing my raw reviews. I'm going to still do my impact. I'm hoping if the stress drops a bit, I'm going to try and focus on hopefully trying to start doing SmackDown reviews again. And at this moment now, I'm going to have to leave the frame for a second. I have new cameras. This is the box for Luminex SZ02. Now, if anybody knows anything about cameras, this is supposed to be a pretty damn good camera. I managed to grab it off of eBay for a good price. Also, if the camera doesn't work, I have a backup. RCA EZ2100. If you can see it. Little thing. I'm going to be learning how to use both cameras. And I may do a review on both cameras. I don't know yet. But these cameras are going to be the ones that's going to be used instead of this crappy Sevilla 1100. This camera is going bye-bye. But I'm going to need some time to start researching how to be able to use it. I have a PDF of it, but it's going to take me some time to learn how to use the camera, set the right settings so I don't look like crap, and I can actually get the picture in frame and actually learn how to be able to do it and not make such bad contented videos. I mean, I'm going to give it to you like this. You know how I talk. You know what I do. You know that I botch. That's not 100% going away. I'm still going to be who I am. But at least now you're going to have better video content. And I can say this, I'm very thankful that I was able to get the cameras. It's been a hard road for the last 4 years for me. And losing my aunt, losing my cats. I lost 2 cats in the last 4 years. Now I've lost my aunt. It's like I lost 3 relatives in 4 years. And I can understand why people, if some people are pet owners or not, you guys can understand. You lose your family. It's like a part of you gets ripped out. But you know what? I'm still here. And I'm not quitting. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I promised my aunt that I would be the best person I can be. No matter if I'm just making videos, if I can ever go back to work with this bad injury. I don't know if I ever could. But I will find something to do and do the best at it. And hopefully you'll see the work from it. So I'm sorry there's no content right now. I might be able to do some content tomorrow on Sunday. This is being uploaded on a Saturday. I don't know yet. I still need some more time. Maybe the videos will be done on a Tuesday or Wednesday. I hope you understand, and I hope you'll still be a part of the channel. You guys take care, and I wouldn't mind any comments on how you feel. Peace!